everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Magical Jill, and today we are going to be talking about Dreamlight Valley!
Yay! It's back! Disney Dreamlight Valley. Everyone's favorite game.
Well, it's one of my favorite games, but, you know, something that I have to take a lot of points off of for it is the FOMO of it. That is the fear of missing out. We want to talk about all of the star passes and how there's so many items in this game you just can't get back if you miss out on the passes. And that's what this video is going to be about. But I did want to ask a question of the day.
Question of the day.
How do you feel about items going away in games, you know, like being limited time or something, and then you're just never ever able to get them if you missed out on it?
It makes me mad.
It makes me really upset too, especially, you know, if you find out about a game a couple of years into its life cycle, maybe you never heard of it before, and you're like, wow, I really like this, and then you find out you missed out on all this crap that, you know, people playing day one got to have, and it's really frustrating, and it's really frustrating with Dreamlight Valley in particular, because there was, and I've talked about this in a video before, but there was like a special pack for people who started playing the game when it launched with all of the Cinderella themed stuff. By the way, Cinderella's my favorite Disney princess. You can't get that anymore. There's been all of these star passes that have had very cool stuff. You can't get them anymore. I joined the game during the Monsters Inc. Star Pass, so I've been able to get stuff from the Monsters Inc. Star Pass all the way till now.
And star passes are pretty much just the battle pass or the season pass type thing where basically they trickle feed you content for doing different challenges while playing the game. A lot of games have these things now. I mean, even MMOs have these things, but Fortnite has this kind of thing as well with their battle passes and mini battle passes. Fallout has these with Fallout 76 in our game we play. I know a lot of these aren't games that we talk about on this channel. But
it seems like every game has them now to make you, like, keep playing. And the thing is, it just makes new players not want to start playing, in my opinion. Because they miss out on so much.
Well, yeah, and I did want to say a couple things with that. First off, I made a video about this on, you know, one of our other channels, Degenerate J, which we're going to link in the description. It's just kind of more generally about this idea of FOMO. But I think this has kind of infiltrated every video game. Not everyone, but I've noticed
a lot of the online ones.
Well, even games that didn't used to be online, they'll have limited seasonal things or cyclical things. Even Hitman.
Sims 4 started doing it. Of all things, The Sims 4 started doing that.
I'm not surprised that The Sims did it, because The Sims always had that BS where it'd be like, buy this expansion, but get the limited edition version.
No, they didn't have that before The Sims 3. Before that.
Right, I know, but I'm saying for years they've had that.
Okay, yes, that's true.
For many years they've had that, but I've noticed even games like Hitman, totally probably separate audience from your channel, where it was always this kind of single player thing. They'll have seasonal contracts, like, oh, go after this person, but it's only at this time and it's on a rotation, or you'll have games that were more single player, like Fallout, that then have an online component, you know, for a game, and then they'll do this.
I think at the very least, Hitman cycles back those contracts every once in a while, though.
I think they do.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they did every one. I do know that Call of Duty obviously, like, helped popularize this in the mainstream console gaming market.
Obviously, Fortnite helped popularize it, too.
Yeah, but it sucks because I think that some things are better than others. I don't think this would be as much of a problem if they did it the way that Fortnite does it, because Fortnite has a pretty long season, and it's pretty easy to level up. Something I've noticed with games like Dreamlight Valley is they make these goals very tedious and grindy, where they're really encouraging you to go buy their Moonstone currency to just skip them.
Yeah, so what bothers me about it is, you know, with Fortnite, the Battle Pass lasts about 3 months.
Yeah, that's pretty long. That's like a fourth of a year.
And all you have to do to level up in the Battle Pass is just play the game as you normally would. Just play the game. You go in, you get some kills, you maybe win a match, that's it. In Dreamlight Valley, the Star Pass lasts pretty much a maximum of like 40 days, so about a month-ish. And in order to level up in the pass, you have all of these extremely tedious chores, like go mine 30 of this specific color gem that only spawns in one biome.
Go talk to this person and make this sort of chat with them, but you can only do it once per day, and you have to do it for at least 2 or 3 days, you know, in the Star Pass.
Yeah, like a bunch of like really dumb stuff like that. That's just like, it's not fun. It's just chores. And it's like, well, I could be doing like the fun quests that this game has, or I could be decorating, or I could be doing all this other stuff. No, because this pass only lasts so long and I have a job like a normal adult, whenever I log in, I basically just have to do the chores, or I have to decide, am I going to spend my paycheck buying the Star Pass items so I don't miss out this time?
You know, I want to say too here a couple things. First off, I don't think we have a problem occasionally dropping $10 on a game we like. Some people do. Some people hate microtransactions to death. Like, any single microtransaction is not welcome and they will never partake in it, and that is totally fine, and you're right.
But I look forward to the premium shop update every single week here.
Yeah, but we try not to buy much from it because we don't want to be dumping hundreds of dollars into a game that, you know, they could stop updating. And it's frustrating to me though, because it's like, it's one thing if I play your game a ton and you put some stuff out there like Fortnite and I say, well, you know what, I'm playing this game for free pretty much every season, I'll give you $20. That's one thing to me. It's another thing where it seems like the entire ecosystem of progression is geared around what you said. Either waste all your playtime doing these menial tasks, at least for probably a week or two of the season, if you're logging in consistently, or you have to pay. I think that first off, that already makes playing games feel like a chore. My other issue is that when every game is doing this, it feels like you have to pick and choose what you miss out on. So if you like more than one game like this, like say you're a fan of Dreamlight Valley and something else, which one of those are you going to miss out on? And they won't bring those items back to the store, or they won't bring back that Star Path pass, or they won't, you know what I'm saying? Like, our friend Nate, he hasn't started playing this game yet. He's a big Disney fan. And I get some people could say, well, maybe he should have started. Okay, he works 2 jobs. You know, he has other interests. He plays other games too. And now it's like, well, is it even worth him starting? How many of these Star Path things has he missed out on?
Yeah, I mean, like, he's missed out on every single one up until now. And I guess it kind of annoys me because it's like, I am also a huge Disney fan. I had no idea this game existed until, like when I started playing, 6 months ago, maybe? And apparently it's been out for a couple of years. I had no idea this game existed. And I kind of think it's because the advertising was terrible around it. Sue me. But, like, I feel like there should be a way for people to get season pass items from the past that they really enjoyed. Even if it means they have to pay real money. Maybe in the premium shop sometimes they'll say, hey, here's an item from season blah blah blah. Would you like to pay $5 for it?
Yeah, I mean, that's a better, you know, it's certainly a better solution than no solution. I know Fallout 76 started doing that, kind of. And I know that sometimes they will put things in the Scrooge shop that are similar, so, like, they'll basically be the same item with a different color.
Yeah, or it'll be, like, they put in a vending machine, that...
The Monsters, Inc. one.
Yeah, they put in the Monsters, Inc. vending machine from that Star Pass, except the Star Pass one was broken and out of order, and the one in Scrooge's shop was not out of order or broken.
But neither of them do anything.
Neither of them do anything. They're both just for aesthetics.
Right. I think that... Here's my issue, is that when you do have that option of bringing them back, it's at least something, but you know that they'll price gouge the item.
Yeah.
You know, so like, for example, Fortnite, they brought back an Iron Man skin. It wasn't the one that was in the game before. But then when they brought it back, the bundle was something like $23.
Yeah, but at least they brought back an Iron Man skin for people to buy, which makes me happy. And that's what annoys me, especially about that Cinderella dress from that, like, Founders Pack or whatever it was called. I love that Cinderella dress. And I'd be willing to pay, like, $10 for it. I mean, I'm crazy. I'll do it. But you won't let me. So, like, not only I feel like are you missing out on sales, but you're also making your fan base upset, and you're turning away new players because they're gonna think, oh, well, I didn't get to have the Star Pass stuff from Tiana's season, and Tiana's my favorite Disney princess of all time. What's the point in playing now?
Well, there are a lot of
people are like that.
Well, genuinely, there are a lot of people who look at games like this and they say, I've already missed so much, why should I bother starting?
Yeah.
And that is a real attitude. I mean, that's an attitude I've had with MMOs I've wanted to play, where I've looked at it and I've said, oh, there's so many, you know, seasonal things where they'll have Christmas events or Halloween events. RuneScape, you know, I don't have my old, I have my old account, but I wanted to start a new one.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, well, I missed, 20 years of items? Why bother? It's hard to want to be invested, and I get that their argument is, well, there will always be another one, but there isn't always another one. Like, let's say that you're the hugest fan ever of The Princess and the Frog, Cinderella, and Monsters, Inc. Let's say you missed those 3 limited time things. Well, those are your 3 favorite Disney things.
Of all time, yeah.
If they brought in The Lion King, that wouldn't just replace it for you.
So, I don't know, it makes me very sad, especially because it definitely feels like, you know, if those are your favorite things ever and you missed out on that, then what is the point of it? Maybe you're not a huge fan of Lion King. Maybe you're not a huge fan of Toy Story.
You're wrong, but maybe you're not.
But maybe you're not, and then
I'm just joking.
The next seasons are all about that stuff, and it's like, well, I missed out on the thing that I actually cared about, and now I don't really feel like playing the game anymore.
It's a hard discussion to have without making it just about general fear of missing out, because like I said, I think this has infiltrated not every game, but so many games. Some games do it better than others. I always kind of swear by Fortnite because, one, I really like the way that they treat us as content creators.
I don't like that they don't bring back season pass items,
No, I don't either. But I was going to say, but 2, usually, like, their season passes are pretty quick to make your way through.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel like, to me, in that case, at least right now when we record this, in 5 years, if the game's still around, they might have gone just off the wall, you know,
crazy,
terrible.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel to me like when they make it, that they are expecting you to only like Fortnite.
And it's not a chore. It's not a chore to go through their battle pass and play their game. It is just fun. You know, the thing with Fortnite, too, is sometimes they'll have things where, like, you'll have to do a specific quest to get a skin, like Dr. Doom or whatever. But you don't have to do that to level up every single thing in the battle pass. And that's what I find annoying about Dreamlight Valley, is it just feels like a big chore fest. And it takes a game with really fun and enjoyable, cozy gameplay and then makes it a chore fest.
If you want to interact with that element, which if you don't, then you just have less stuff to decorate your island with, you have less stuff to wear. You know, it removes one of the key components of the game. It's not like this is just dumb crap. If this was just dumb crap you got, I don't think either of us would care.
Yeah.
But I think it's the fact that...
It directly limits your creativity in a game that's all about creativity.
Right, yeah, I think that that's the main problem. I think that this is probably the biggest flaw with the game to me, is just this idea of, well, I didn't put in my time this month on Disney Dreamlight Valley. I guess I'm either expected to pay $30 for these items or just never get them ever.
I kind of think that you should be able to buy some of the stuff from the season passes, like, later after the season pass is already done. Like, maybe, you know, once in a while they'll say, hey, you want to go back to these past season passes and buy some stuff?
Well, and somebody mentioned on Reddit, I don't know who it was, but I was reading people talking about this. This is a thing that other people don't like. This is not just us, by the way. I've seen a lot of people complain about this. It's not just you and me. And I've also seen a lot of people say, well, why don't they just make it instead so that you pay $10 and you get an old Star Path pass? Like, maybe, say, in a year you can just pay $10 and you unlock the Tiana pass, and then you can even do the chores on there again.
That would be awesome.
You know, and
I don't understand why they wouldn't do that. It just feels like such a missed opportunity, A, for profits, and B, for customer happiness.
Well, and I think with profits, neither of us cares about profits.
No, but the business cares.
Right, exactly. Disney's fine. So when someone says, well, why are you guys advocating that they bring it in as a microtransaction? Because that's the only way they would.
Yeah.
You know, in a perfect world, I would say none of this should have been in the game.
We're already lucky that moonstones are as cheap as they are.
Which is sad.
Because
and you shouldn't consider that lucky. That's sad that that's true.
I know, it's really sad. But if you look at the cost of moonstones versus the cost of something like V-Bucks, or, heaven forbid, the cost of something like COD points.
Or The Sims.
Or The Sims.
They give you the tiniest bundles ever that should have already been in The Sims, and it'll be like $40.
Yeah, unless you're getting it on a sale. Like, some of these games are insane.
Mm-hmm.
And Disney Dreamlight Valley has the cheapest prices I have seen for a microtransaction game like this.
Well, yeah, so it obviously could be worse, but I think, for me especially, and I'm older than you, I think what sucks is I remember back when I was playing on the PS2, I was playing on the original Xbox, I'm like 900 years old here, I sound like Yoda, and you just got the game and that was the game.
Yeah.
And now it seems like when you say that, because I've said that before on my own channel, and I've had people, like, insult me and be like, oh, well, this is just a way to say you don't understand how gaming is nowadays.
Go back
it's
to
like,
bed, Grandpa.
Why are you defending the company, though?
Yeah.
Like, you don't work at Disney. You know, you don't work at Gameloft, or you don't work at Epic Games or any of these things. Like, why do you want them?
Wouldn't it be great to be able to have the items that you actually want? Or do you want to just suffer and be upset and then make everyone suffer with you?
Well, and so here's the problem. I think that a lot of the people who advocate that these things don't come back are the people who got them, who then want something to flex on. Because, like, this is the same thing with, you know, people who buy the latest and greatest graphics card for their computer, not because they love gaming and they want their rig to run as good as possible, but because they want to say, I have the newest, latest, and greatest graphics card. It's like...
Look how cool I am.
Exactly. It's basically like a car collector who doesn't drive their cars. Mm-hmm. You know, like, they fill their garage so that they can give car tours, not because they love automobiles.
Yeah.
And I have a problem with this kind of thing. You can do whatever you want with your own kind of money, but I actually genuinely do not like people who do this. Like, people who buy things to brag or earn things to brag. Not
and then make other people feel bad.
That's why I don't like it, is that's the point. They don't actually enjoy it for the merit of what the thing is or the utility or usefulness of the thing. They don't even enjoy bragging about it because they like it. They enjoy it because you don't have it and they do.
And star passes like this encourage that behavior in people, and we're making society a worse place.
Which is the opposite of the Disney values.
Yeah, it is. It is the opposite of the Disney values. This whole game is talking about friendship and kindness and helping each other out, and then they do shit like that.
To be fair, Disney themselves is often the opposite of the Disney values, doing things like minimizing Finn, John Boyega's character, on the Chinese Star Wars posters because, there's a black guy on the poster and we don't think they'll like that.
Yeah, they want the Chinese people to give them as much money as possible.
Having accusations of their cast members having to basically be homeless during the pandemic when they could have funded to help them, but the CEOs the executives kept taking huge paychecks. Look, Disney at its highest levels is often against its own values, but it's just odd that this game is always talking about these happy, nice things, and you can tell that the developers put a ton of effort, time, and care into it.
And they put a ton of effort, time, and care into every single one of these items that they put into the game.
And what sucks is, I think what this really is they don't want to end up like Disney Infinity and some of these other Disney games. Disney has a bad track record with canning their games with online components as soon as they're not mega profitable enough. They can still be super profitable, but if they're not like ultra mega insane profitable, they'll can that game. And so I kind of wonder if that's why this is pushed so much, is to try and, you know, beat the overhead enough to just not get terminated.
I guess so. I don't know. I think it just makes me really sad, and I think there's a lot of solutions that could happen that could make this game a lot more fun. You know, make the chores a little bit easier at the very least. Make the Star Pass just a little bit longer. You know, even add a couple more items into it if you really want to. Let people be able to buy the items after, like, the season's been done. Like, maybe I want to be able to buy some from a year ago. I should be able to. You know, I just think it's kind of a shame, and I think it's a big missed opportunity, and it makes games like this less fun for me.
And for a lot of people, and I think it makes some people just never start the game, which is too bad, because this is a very good game, and I would like to say, like, oh, well, they're missing out or something, but then I feel like that's just encouraging what they're doing with the game.
Yeah.
By saying that, that's what they want you to feel like by not playing it, is that you're missing out. So that sucks. I don't like stuff like that in video game design. It makes me sad.
Well, I hope you guys really liked this video. I had a lot of fun making it, and I love talking about things like this. I love talking about Dreamlight Valley. I want to talk about Pokemon more, Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball, other anime type stuff. And I have a really cool shop that I would love my husband to explain.
We actually have an awesome shop, which is cosmobunny.shop. You can use code SAILOR for 10% off your first purchase. We recently did a Comic-Con where we sold some of this stuff, but this is coasters, keychains, trays, and more. They're made out of recycled, repurposed comic book paper, manga paper, magazine paper. Well, why do you tear these things up? Like, why are you destroying media? Well, here's the thing. These are damaged magazines, damaged comics, damaged manga that are usually unable to be sold by stores. A lot of times they end up in the landfill, and it's unfortunate, but we get a lot of them here locally in Minnesota. What we do is we save some of the art from these things, maybe that the book's been waterlogged, it's been left in someone's, I don't know, storage, and seen better days, well, we'll save some of that art, save some of that paper, we'll transform it creatively into new art, trying to make something new for your home.
Yeah, make new things out of it.
And, you know, trying to use that as an element to create a new transformative piece of art, you know, where it's like maybe that page of a comic book, we take part of it, it's a piece of a larger piece of art, and now it's something you can enjoy. So
I also make handmade beaded jewelry.
Yes,
so
that's something we don't talk about that enough. Check out the beaded jewelry. I like it a lot.
All right, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!